Okay, quick quiz. I'm gonna read you 3 statements and I want you to tell me which ones are true. Okay, are you ready? So 1, sweat smells bad. 2, sweating means that you're unfit. 3, the more you sweat, the smellier you are. How many did you pick? Here's the thing, all 3 of those statements are false. They are actually sweat myths and they've been floating around for so long that most of us have just accepted them without any question. Today, I'm gonna be setting the record straight because once you understand what sweat actually is, where body odor comes from, and what's really going on with your skin's pH, you're going to feel completely different about your body. Hi, I'm the pH lady. Let's get into it. Let's start from the beginning. What is sweat exactly? Sweat is your body's natural cooling system. So when your body temperature rises, whether that's from exercise, warm weather, stress, spicy food, or even a fever, your sweat glands releases moisture onto the surface of your skin. So as that moisture evaporates, it removes the heat and cools you down. Pretty clever, right? And it's one of the most efficient and intelligent systems that our body actually has. And without it, we would overheat incredibly quickly. Here's the fact that surprises almost everyone. Fresh sweat is literally odorless. I'll say it again because it's very important. Fresh sweat is literally odorless. It's the sweat that's just left on your sweat glands that almost has no smell. So if fresh sweat is odorless, where does the body odor come from? Because something is clearly happening over there and what's going on? Now, this is about to become very interesting because I'm going to get into that next. Here's the plot twist. Your skin is home to trillions of tiny microorganisms, and before that sounds alarming, most of them are actually helping you. Together, they make up what is called your skin microbiome. So think of them as your skin's own little community. They protect your skin, support your skin barrier, and keep harmful bacteria under control. And here's what happens when you sweat. So fresh sweat reaches the surface of your skin. The bacteria that naturally lives there begins to break down some of the compounds found in that sweat. And it's that process, not the sweat itself, that creates the odor. So sweat doesn't smell. It's what happens when sweat sits on your skin that does smell. And that's a really important distinction because it completely changes how you think about managing odor and discomfort. You're not trying to stop the sweat, you're literally just trying to stop sweat from sitting against your skin for too long. And in certain areas of the body, that makes it much harder than others in what brings us to skin pH. Your skin naturally sits at a slightly acidic pH, which is between 4.5 and 5.5. And that's called your acid mantle. And this is your skin's built-in protective system. So that slightly acidic environment does 3 really important things. It protects your skin barrier from damage and irritation. It supports the beneficial bacteria of your microbiome, you know, the ones that keep things balanced. It also helps your skin to retain moisture so it stays healthy and resilient. When that balance is disrupted through too much friction, harsh product, or prolonged trapped moisture, your skin becomes a lot more vulnerable. The protected bacteria has a harder time doing its job, so odor-causing bacteria gets more opportunity, and discomfort, redness, and irritation becomes a lot more likely. This is especially true in the underbust area, so that's where warmth, pressure from your bra, limited airflow, constant movement means that sweat has very little chance to evaporate, and it sits against your skin. So the acid mantle comes under pressure. And this is why so many women experience specific, persistent discomfort in that area and feel like nothing they try seems to quite fix it. Because what they've been addressing has been the wrong thing. They've been trying to stop sweating, but the real goal is to just manage the moisture properly. Okay, back to those 3 statements at the beginning of this video, and let's properly bust them. And probably add in one more actually. So myth 1, sweating means I'm unhealthy. Completely false. Sweating is one of the most healthiest things that your body does. It keeps your temperature regulated and prevents overheating. The fitter you are, the more efficiently that your body sweats. So sweating is actually a sign that your body is working well. Myth 2, only people who exercise a lot sweat. Nope, everybody sweats, whether it's from heat, stress, hormones, spicy food, even just being a warm-blooded human. All of it triggers sweating, and it's not reserved for gym goers or, pro athletes. Myth 3, more sweat means more smell. Not necessarily. Body odor depends on your skin microbiome, the specific area of your body, and crucially, how long the sweat remains on the skin. Someone who sweats a lot but manages moisture well can smell far fresher than someone who sweats less but leaves it sitting against their skin. And the bonus myth, which is myth number 4, I should try to stop sweating altogether. Please don't. Sweat keeps you safe. It prevents overheating. The goal has never been to eliminate sweat, it's to support your skin so moisture doesn't cause any problems. So what can you actually do with all of this sweat? Instead of trying to fight your body, here are 5 simple habits to support your sweat levels or your skin pH. Step 1, dry your skin thoroughly after showering, especially underneath your breasts. This is one of the most overlooked steps and the one that is actually the most impactful. Step 2, choose breathable fabrics. Fabrics like cotton, organic cotton specifically, linen, wool, they allow airflow and help moisture to lift away from the skin rather than sitting against it. Number 3, change out of damp clothing promptly. The longer sweat stays on your skin, the longer the bacteria has to work on it. Step 4, use gentle skincare. Harsh cleansers strip your acid mantle, so the very protective system that your skin needs in order to stay balanced. And 5, manage moisture before it becomes a problem. A soft, absorbent layer, especially in moisture-prone areas on the body, absorbs sweat before it even has a chance to sit against the skin. It also helps to reduce friction and keeps your skin environment stable throughout the day. None of these tips is about fighting your body. All of it is about working with your body, and there's a real difference between those two things. I have a couple of suggestions for moisture management around the chest area are bra liners, especially the ones from Body Paij, or cotton bras if you can find them. I have found some in the shape of sports bras. They can have some sort of support to an extent, but not so much like a wide bra. Might have to start looking into that. Sweat gets a bad reputation, and honestly, it's had it for way too long and it doesn't deserve it. Your body is very clever, your skin is clever, and once you understand what's actually happening with the microbiome, the acid mantle, the difference between sweat and trapped moisture, you stop feeling like your body is working against you, because it wasn't and it never was. Now, what I want to know, which one of these myths do you believe before you watch this video? Drop it in the comments below, because I generally read every single one of them. And if this made you think differently about your body, please share it, or please also share in the comments below, because people need to hear about this. Subscribe for more. I try to upload a video once a week. If not, it is a little bit tricky, but I'm trying to get into the flow of things to create a regular schedule for myself, especially whilst having a full-time job. Until next time, I hope that this video brought you pH balance in comfort, support, and confidence. Bye guys.